An old song.
Dan, are you getting more problematic emails and stuff? Mark Anderson sent that thing out. Something came through late this afternoon from what I think it's a Fastenal executive. Something was sent through.
Oh, like a spam where they used like they hacked it or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been getting some weird emails from some really strange. There's like a guy who's, and I've seen this before, like last year, he was ranting and raving and stuff, and it's just all kind of gobbledygook.
Oh, no.
I've been getting them from Heidi and Dana disguised as something that should have came through like in response to the agenda, and it's like from 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's what Mark is saying.
Yeah, I got those too, Steve.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten any now this week.
I try to get
I haven't seen any of those recently.
got my email, but I can't get on the.
So we switched to this. I see those things that come through where it has to approve something.
DocuSign?
No, the is it Zip?
Zip. Yeah, ZIX.
So that's a new. Is that a Microsoft product or is that a?
I don't know if it's Microsoft, but it's part of that new suite. Yeah.
Okay, because now the other day at the AMC meeting, that Google is making a push to get into local government with a new platform.
Are we waiting for something?
Commissioner Kovesi, I don't think is on yet.
Yeah, Commissioner Kovesi.
Maybe she's Kyocera.
That's okay.
Maybe.
Andy D. Brian's phone. Commissioner Kovesi, are you joining us? It is 7:01. Commissioner Kovesi. Yeah. Well, hopefully she'll join us. Let's start the meeting. Start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America,
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, Marie, you've joined us.
She's there now.
Commissioner Kovesi, can you hear us? Commissioner Kovesi. I don't see any microphone or anything in the corner.
There is the box there.
The box, but you see the little
I
microphone
see a
is muted. Was picture before. Okay. I guess you'll get something working. Okay, we will start. We are going to deviate just a little bit in our schedule because Sheriff Gannon announced that we have an award presentation and the people are in transit. So we will though ask, when they arrive, we will accommodate that award presentation. Public comment, is there anybody either present or out in the hinterlands that would like to make any kind of public comment to the Winona County Board? That's a strange, we're getting some strange noises. There she is, Commissioner Kovesi. Can you hear us? Commissioner Kovesi.
Go on with the public comment.
Okay. Anybody desiring to make a public comment? Anybody desiring to make public comment? Seeing no action on the board or present, we'll move on. Item 5, approval of the county board meeting minutes from August 11th.
I'll move approval.
Second?
We have a motion by Commissioner Jacob, second by Commissioner Olson to approve the county board meeting minutes from August 11th. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, approved. Item 6, consent comments and approval of the agenda. Mr. Fritz?
I have nothing to change.
Okay, Commissioner Meyer,
I have nothing, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Kavesi,
Nothing for me.
Commissioner Olson,
Nothing for me, man.
Commissioner Jacob,
I'd like to pull 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3 from the future agenda item.
so we will make 7.1, 7.2, 7.3. We do have a presentation. We have people waiting. Is that going to be of any length time?
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
Would it be okay to put 7.1, 2, and 3 as 8.1.2, 8.1?
Whatever they put in.
Okay, why don't we do that? So being that we have people to make a presentation, we will put 7.1 as 8.10, and then 7.2 is 8.20, and 8.3 in a row.
How about
8, and then we want 7.3 is 7.03, right?
I'll just wait till you say it's
Yeah.
That's too complicated.
We'll rearrange them. All right. And I have nothing this evening. So, Mr. Fritz, would you read the rest of the items in for the consent business, please?
Okay, consent business, department recommendations, 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3 have been pulled for further discussion. 7.4, approve agreement with HBC to provide rural broadband. 7.5, approve grant and resolution for Minnesota Laws 2020, Chapter 77 CARES Act. 7.6, accept recommendation for accept recommendation for Health and Human Services to administer state health improvement partnership plan and approve hiring full-time SHIP coordinator. 7.7, approve monthly resolution. 7.8, approve contract with Winona Health for public health advising services with local public schools. 7.9, approve agreement for Time Card Plus software for Highway Department with use of CARES Act funds. 7.10, approve humidification of county office building with use of CARES Act funds. 7.11, set public hearing date for the 2021 truth in taxation and fee schedule. 7.12, confirm payment of disbursements. And that concludes the consent agenda.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda as read.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Jacob, seconded by Commissioner Olson to approve the consent agenda as read. Any discussion? I do have one that I've been approached by several rural residents. If we have more, 7.4, the agreement with HBC to provide more rural broadband. If at some point we have a longer time frame and we have more CARES Act money, I mean, I'm getting requests from a lot of people who have school-age children that just don't have the coverage that they need to do the distant learning. So the plea for them is if we do have extra money and we have more of an extended period of time to really consider expanding that portion.
Yeah, I've had a couple inquiries and I've passed them on to HBC and I asked if there was anything that's practical that we could do in that time frame.
Okay, all right, so that's a priority for a lot of rural residents with children. All right, we'll do a roll call vote on the consent business. Commissioner Meyer,
Meyer votes aye.
Commissioner Kavesi,
Kavesi votes aye.
Commissioner Olson,
Olson, aye.
Commissioner Jacob,
Jacob, aye.
and Ward votes aye, so it carries. All right, moving to general business department recommendations. 8.1, we have a presentation of the 2020 SIAC award, service award? SIAC, okay, and we have some people in the audience, or are they gonna do this?
We have oops, let me introduce from my office, Claire Exley. She's our crime victims coordinator, but she also directs our Sexual Assault Interagency Council, which is a body that Claire will explain about. And this is our second annual award to an honoree. So.
Thank you. As Card said, my name is Claire Exley, and I'm the coordinator of the Winona County Sexual Assault Interagency Council, abbreviated SAIC. Thank you for having me here tonight to talk about our SAIC and present a well-deserved award to one of our valuable team members. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, every 107 seconds another American is sexually assaulted. This means each year, approximately 293,000 people are victims of sexual assault. Meaningful change comes from working together. As a group, sexual assault response teams and communities play a powerful role in improving our collective response to sexual violence. The Winona County SAIC promotes a victim-centered response to sexual violence through increased collaboration and education across disciplines. Our SAIC consists of numerous community and system organizations working together to respond to sexual assault in Winona County. Our mission is to coordinate an effective interagency and community response to sexual assault, serving all victims and seeking justice. The Winona SAIC is one of 12 response teams across the state of Minnesota. The team formed in 1998 and has been working together on improving the community's response to sexual assault since then. Our team focuses on creating and implementing a protocol response for sexual assault cases, provides and receives training, conducts case file review, creates community awareness of sexual assault, and enforces organization accountability. The Winona County SAIC has been funded annually with a $50,000 state grant through the county attorney's office. The Winona County SAIC currently consists of representatives from numerous agencies: the Winona Police Department, the Winona County Sheriff's Office, St. Charles Police Department, Lewiston Police Department, Goodview Police Department, the Department of Corrections, Winona County Attorney's Office, Winona County Health and Human Services, Family and Children's Center, the Advocacy Center of Winona, SEMCAT Clinic, Winona Health, Winona State University, St. Mary's University, and Minnesota State College Southeast. I'm very grateful to lead such a group of hardworking, dedicated, and passionate individuals. It is truly remarkable to see our team members come together for this purpose. We are proud of the effective changes our SAIC has been able to accomplish and how those changes have improved our collective response to victims of sexual assault. And with that, I will turn it back over to Karin, who will present the 2020 SAIC Service Award. Thank you.
Thank you.
The person that we have selected is well deserving of this award, and that is Sergeant Mark Dungy. Mark has been a licensed peace officer in Minnesota since 1998, and since 2009, Mark has been assigned to the Criminal Investigative Division of the Winona County Sheriff's Office. Mark has been a wonderful and valued asset to the Winona County SAIC since 2016. Throughout his time on the SAIC team, he has displayed consistent dedication to his career. He is also one of the key members of the Internet Crimes Against Children, or ICAC, task force. As a member of ICAC, he has completed several courses, more than several actually, lengthy courses, in the fight against child sexual exploitation in our community, including physical analysis, data forensic imaging, digital evidence and processing, as well as mobile device forensic evidence processing. Mark has held leading roles in several homicide investigations, human trafficking investigations, child exploitation investigations, and sexual assault investigations. He has worked with numerous other agencies to obtain successful cases on the state and federal level, which I can personally attest to from our office's work with Mark and the Sheriff's Office. To say the least, Mark has worked diligently on crimes involving sexual assault, sex trafficking, and internet crimes against children for the majority of his law enforcement career. He has displayed consistent dedication to his career. He is always willing to go above and beyond for victims in our community and truly makes a difference for those experiencing sexual assault. The work involved for these cases is truly not easy. It's not glamorous. It's not fun in any way. But Mark works compassionately with victims and with their families each day. Lastly, Mark is a resource for his colleagues. He has assisted other criminal justice partners many times and will make time to help anyone who needs it. I am very pleased and honored to give, on behalf of SAG, Sergeant Mark Dungy, this award for his hard work on the SAG team and the work that he does each and every day. Mark, if you want to come up here, please just join me in giving Mark a hand. He is truly an asset to this community. Victims and
Just want to thank everybody that's here to support me on this. Thank my sheriff for allowing me to dive into this and work these cases. And it's been a lot of time and man hours to get caught up to the point where we could work these kind of cases, and a lot of training, and I've been allowed to do that. And given all the tools I need to be able to work these kind of cases, and thank my wife for letting me go to all those trainings that were out of town. I left her back with the kids several times having to juggle that, but I do appreciate all the opportunities I've been given by the sheriff's office to be able to work these kind of cases. I thank you for their work.
All right, thank you. Quick question. Do you watch Law and Order SVU?
No,
You don't?
no,
I don't think that's realistic, is it?
probably not.
Probably not. Thank you. Thank you very much for all your hard work and dedication to Winona County. And who are the other members, family members or co-workers?
Family member here, and,
Well, who is the family member?
my wife Michelle. And Zan from our own police department.
Okay.
And both from Goodyear Police Department, and they won this award.
That's right, they did. Okay, well, thank you for coming and supporting tonight. All right. I wish you weren't so busy. Bad part of our society. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night. You can sit. Is Ron bringing in? I think we'll take a quick break here to bring in. Ron has another officer getting some awards. I think they're all here? They're here. Okay. You have the floor, sir.
I need to apologize to the group because it was my mistake. Again, as I explained earlier, for some reason I was thinking the 25th was Wednesday, so I asked Dad to be here on Wednesday. We had a plan for today, so we had to get dressed and rush down here, so just happened the board meeting, so I thought we'd try this.
Absolutely.
So Scott McConkey is with the state, is a retired trooper that was for several years. But he's part of the 4-0 deaths, DVD, and the state trying to combat drunk driving, texting.
I'm having trouble hearing.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
is this better?
Yes, thank you.
Right into
I just want to introduce Scott McConkey, and then he can take it from there. But he's with the state, and we have a few awards here. Awards for Deputy Myers and Deputy Wurzel.
I think technically when you're public speaking, you can pull your mask down.
You can, if you're
Thank you. That
speaking.
was my next question.
Yeah.
And my next question, do you really want to see me?
Well, if it gives us a get out of jail free card, being that
Thank you.
we're accommodating you.
Well, I tell you, I say a lot of times God sets my agenda better than I can. This was not planned, but what an honor, and thank you at the last minute. Because we do have some significant awards to present, and why it's helpful to do it this way. This, what we're about to do, was supposed to take place down at the Twins for the DWI All-Stars, and that was canceled due to COVID, like a lot of things, and hence my title as law enforcement liaison, it fell on us to deliver those. But the awards giving today are so significant. I kind of like to go a little bit higher in my pay grade, and I asked Director Hansen, as the Office of Traffic Safety, to come down. So he is with us today, and this, a lot of times it's kind of an honor amongst cops, and we just kind of do this at the office, just to show respect for each other. Director Hansen is also a retired trooper, retired as captain of the West Metro. But just so you know, we go back to the 70s. I was a Fergus Falls cop, Hartford Prairie cops, And I'm just a little older, and I remember this guy taking up all our radios. Now he's my boss. So it's really an honor to have him come down. He's going to say a few words in just a minute, present some awards. But first of all, I'm going to have Deputy Wurzel come up. And Deputy Wurzel qualified as honorable mention. And for him, we have a certificate, the hat, which designates her part of the All-Stars. And we're also issuing our challenge coin. We have a challenge coin. There's a tradition in law enforcement. It's a coin you share with other cops, and it's kind of out of respect and camaraderie. Well, we raised a little higher. You have to earn this one, and Deputy Wurzel has done that. So Director Hanson, if you want to say a few words first, and he's got the first certificate.
Oh, good, thank you. Good evening, everybody, and I really do appreciate you making some time on what I know is probably a crowded agenda on a hot August night. As Scott said, my name is Mike Hanson. I have the privilege of serving as the director for the Office of Traffic Safety with the Department of Public Safety. And these, like Scott said, are really some of the fun events that we get to take part in across the state. And it's a recognition of the outstanding effort that these two deputies and the sheriff's office as a whole really do put on the public safety aspect of traffic law enforcement to the citizens of Winona County. And the fact that you have not just one, but you have two of your deputies that qualified to be members of our DWI All-Star team, that speaks volumes for the quality of the law enforcement services that the Sheriff's Department provides to your citizens. So without further ado, I do have a challenge coin and a certificate recognizing Deputy Chad Wurzel for outstanding DWI enforcement. In recognition of Deputy Wurzel's DWI enforcement efforts, he is designated as a 2020 DWI All-Star by the Minnesota Office of Traffic Safety. Deputy Wurzel, congratulations.
What's the challenge coin look like? Can you buy a Coke with it, or is it just to sit on your desk?
Can we hold it up close to the camera?
It must be a significant looking coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this designed, and we're in the middle of updating it for the.
I won't touch it.
Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh yeah, show the rest of the board. That is a beautiful coin.
Recognizes the partnerships that take place out there between all of the law enforcement agencies that we partner with across the state.
So how many of those do you hand out a year?
It's a new award.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's not a lot.
Okay.
I think this is only.
Oh, all right.
And again, the criteria to earn one of these is pretty steep. And as far as the hat tricks, 3 DWI arrests in one particular shift, there's 11,000 cops in Minnesota. We hand out about 60 of these a year. So that just tells you how rare, how exceptional the performance that these two deputies put out there each and every night really is.
Good. Thank you.
So next,
Yes.
this is packed, and part of the reason I asked Director Hanson to come down because you have a deputy here who's very unique. And when I told him what he's accomplished, he rearranged his schedule within 36-hour notice to be down here today, just so he could shake Chad's hand. And it's the first time I've been able to give that certificate with the signature on it by the person who put the signature on the certificate. So quite an honor to have him here. The next one I'm going to bring up is the hat trick award. As Director Hanson mentioned, 3 arrests for impaired driving within one shift. To make it clear, this is not a contest. It's not a race. We're not, but what it does is, and we both served as cops, we're very active as night. In fact, I covered your area at night for years. It's a lot of work to process one DWI. To do 2 is above beyond. 3 represents a work ethic that says never stop. So what we're doing is recognizing that dedication and work ethic. I presented Deputy Myers hat trick awards at board meetings, at 3 PDs in the county, in parks. The last one I think we did right in his cul-de-sac, and his neighbor took the picture. So I'm now down here for my 9th time. And what we did for those that have got more than one, instead of just keep getting hats, we have the hockey stick award, so they have something that remembers we came down and somebody said, thank you for your efforts. So Deputy Meyer, if you come forward, and having said that, I'm still not tired of doing it. I'll come as often as I get the opportunity. So this is your 8th hockey stick, ninth hat trick in 8 hockey sticks. So thank you, and we're not done yet. Okay.
So is that a full team?
Is our top tier.
Is that a full team? Not, how many play hockey at a time?
5 on the line.
Oh, okay, so he's
Absolutely.
almost got 2 teams.
Yes. So once a year we honor the DWI All-Stars, and they're presented with a bat and with their insignia, thanking them for their efforts. Chad, I don't know how many times you've been recognized as an All-Star. 9th year in a row. So quite an accomplishment. So I know it's a letdown not being able to do it at Twins game. I know you don't do it for that, but that's why I brought my boss. Okay, here you go. We are done. Again, I didn't know why, but because when I look back at what Chad has done over the last decade, at the end of this next month, I've been doing this job for 10 years. Chad has always been there, always been a leader. He is recognized throughout the state, his work in impaired enforcement. Why impaired enforcement is significant. When I started, when Mike started in the 70s, we were killing roughly 60,000 people a year on U.S. roads. Roughly half of those were due to impaired driving, about 30,000. Last I checked, I think it was 2015, we had just under 20,000 people, if I got my stats right, and only 1/3 of those, it was 28,000, and only 1/3 were due to impaired driving. So in 3 decades, we've come to the point where we're saving 20,000 American lives a year because of this kind of effort. So having said that, Chad wasn't aware, but he's getting a challenge coin, and Director Hanson, I'll let you have the honor.
Part of my job is we have a rather rigorous vetting process for anybody who is nominated for a hat trick award. I actually have to approve and sign off on every one because of the criteria that goes with it. And quite honestly, there's one name that comes across my desk probably more often than any other officer in the state, and that's Deputy Meyer. So without further ado, Scott described the recognition and Deputy Meyer's outstanding abilities. Not only do you have to know the law, you have to know the process, but you have to know people. Because if you're going to deal with 3 impaired drivers in one shift and get them through this whole process, that takes some outstanding people skills. And that's not something that you can really quantify very easily. So, Chad, for outstanding dedication as a statewide recognized leader in the area of DWI prevention and enforcement for the past decade and more. In recognition of Deputy Meyer's leadership in the advancement of the Towards Zero Deaths efforts, he is awarded a challenge coin from the Minnesota Office of Traffic. Thank you. Thank you again for the time, folks. This is really important stuff, so we appreciate it.
Does Officer Meyer have any words for us? I'm not going to let you off that easy. You got dressed, for Pete's sake, you know? I appreciate that.
You know, this has always been close to my heart, you know, and it's funny because I tell people 95% of the people I meet in the back of my squad car that has the DWI are some of the best people I've ever met. They make a poor choice one night, and we all do it, you know. Some people get caught, some people don't in these situations, you know, and everyone's human, and you got to treat people like they're human, you know. So it's those moments that when I see that same person 2, 3, 4 times, that bothers me because they don't care anymore. So I think that's my drive. I lost a best friend drinking and driving when I was a part-time officer, and I think that's what has driven me to this point to continue to do this. Now I'm, 15 years into my career, and I've always had officers say, "Well, you'll get tired of it eventually. You'll get tired of it." I don't. I don't. And it's not that I want to destroy someone's life over DWI. I don't want them to destroy their life and someone else's life. I don't want them to have to go through what my friend Stanley did because he decided to make a poor choice and he died driving, drinking and driving. So that's why I do it. It's not always the best thing because DWI enforcement is something that's proactive, and Deputy Wurzel will tell you the same thing, you know. And Scott, we talked about this before, sometimes those traffic stops, as they call those cheap traffic stops, well, there's no such thing as a cheap traffic stop if it's within the law. A cheap ticket, I'll agree with you on that. But if you pull someone over and you can take them off the road and keep them from hurting or killing someone else, you know, I was told once by a retired officer, for every 100 drunk drivers you take off the road, you might save one life. You know, is that a reason why I keep track of how many I make, how many arrests I make? Yeah, because in my mind, I might have saved a life. That makes it worth it to me. And I'll continue to do this until my day's done. Because I care about people, and I care about families, and yeah, does it bother someone for a night? Does it inconvenience them? Absolutely. But what would happen if you didn't stop them and they kill a family or they kill themselves? Those consequences are much more worse than, you know, a poor choice for a night in jail.
Well, I appreciate your many years of service. I think Officer Wurzel is a relatively new to our employment, correct? Yeah, because I think you just got introduced to us a short time ago. So you're on a career path. You're following an awesome officer. So thank you. All right. Thanks for making the drive down. You know, it's a short drive from St. Paul to Winona. But you
Can
get.
I just say that it's tough time to be a cop. I think we all know that. But
Yeah.
when I hear somebody like Chad, it takes an extra level. I rode a crash 25 years ago, just north of town. 16-year-old girl got hit by a car both were going 55 miles an hour. Not everybody involved in a crash dies. We got reacquainted last year through this job. She lives in your community. The year I met her, she had 3 more surgeries that year, coming up in 26 years. That's why it's important. If you ever see Tammy Evans, just thank her for surviving. She was a sad chapter leader in this town when she was in high school. She was hit by a truck driver. Doesn't always go away quick, long term. So thank you for your support. This was so unexpected, but so welcome being with you.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you.
Now I don't have to carry out all this.
But put your mask back on now.
Hey, you got a good sheriff. You didn't pay me to say that.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, Ron. I'm glad we could accommodate them. Those are important recognitions.
I'm sorry for the late notice on this. I should have gotten on the agenda.
That's
They
okay.
got the stick and they got the bat, and they were going to Rochester to do another presentation. He asked if he could come tonight, and I said yes, and then, well.
It worked out.
here we are.
It
Thank you.
worked out good. Thank you. All right, now we're going to go to our amended 7.1. Approve Amendment 1 to Klein McCarthy Agreement to provide building scanning services. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I asked to pull the 7.1, 7.2, and 7.3, and they're all 3 related to the jail. And I understand the need to do this, and I can probably even vote for it, but I want to be on record as, if I vote for this doesn't mean that I'm supporting whatever the final decision is on the jail. This is part of the process, and but I didn't want, if I just don't pull it and vote for it, I think it's fair for the community or others to think that I'm completely on board with whatever the outcome beyond this is.
I can't hear.
Just in the interest of not being, my vote not being misconstrued, I wanted to pull it, so.
And this one, maybe Mr. Fritz, this one is
This is to
detailed
produce
drawings?
plans.
Yeah,
7.1.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, but was there something that changed in our,
We don't have them.
Well, the
No, we
amendment,
don't have the plans. The survey or something is.
The
something
survey is
different.
7-2.
Yeah, okay, all right, the plans. And any other discussion?
Madam Chair?
Yes, Commissioner Meyer.
Yeah, I don't really feel like there's much to add. We've debated the topic of the jail at length in previous meetings, so.
Commissioner Olson?
Oh, do you need a motion?
Oh, yes.
Motion to approve 7-1, 7-2, and what, 7-3?
Well, are we gonna
Or
do,
can we do them all?
Yeah, we can do it. Let 'em know.
but now, I thought from a previous meeting that the survey or something was maybe not going to be as detailed? It's like a huge
For
amount.
survey services.
Land survey?
Yeah,
It's 20,585 on the, to produce the plans. It was 15,000 on surveying. It was 13,800 on the
But
geotech.
we have a
That's-
survey.
That's the Johnson Schofield doing the land
Yes.
survey.
Okay,
Right, now we've got the, I mean,
so it should be less.
I don't know,
why?
Well,
because
I thought the MinDOT provided us some documents.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Meyer?
yeah, I believe that was an appraisal, not a survey.
Oh,
it's a plat map, but
Oh,
it's not a
plat map.
survey.
Yeah, it's not a survey.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it gives us an idea what the, it gives us an idea what MinDOT is willing to sell.
Okay, all right. I misunderstood. I thought we were being handed some kind of survey and it would say, okay. So we have a motion by Commissioner Olson. Do we have a second?
Commissioner Meyer will second.
Okay. Discussion. I understand that these things need to be done for the jail. I do not support the size and the type of jail that is being built. So just out of principle, out of my gut tells me I can't vote for them. And it's just, yeah, I will not support them because I was hoping that we would have had some more discussion as far as size and things before we, in light of COVID and the things that have happened since then. But we have a motion, we have a second. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Meyer,
Meyer votes aye.
Commissioner Kavesi. Commissioner Kavesi,
I think she's frozen.
Oh, there she's moving.
Commissioner Kavesi,
Rose again.
okay, let's go. Commissioner Olson,
Olson, aye.
Commissioner Jacob,
Jacob, aye.
board votes no. Back to Commissioner Kavesi. Yes,
Yeah,
hand signal.
I'm having trouble.
We're voting on the three. Are you voting aye?
Oh,
Or
Lost her. Oh, there's back.
can you give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, Marie?
oh,
Voting. We can't hear you, Commissioner Kavesi.
You singing?
Just give us a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Rose again.
Okay,
Yeah.
it carries.
We need to extend rural broadband.
Yeah, rural broadband to what valley does she live in?
Not
Eastern?
Valley.
Not Valley? I don't think we're gonna get her.
Somebody call her.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get her
now we just,
phone. Now we got a chat.
Oh, she's back on.
Commissioner Kavesi.
Are you voting aye?
Yeah,
Okay, I see a thumbs up. We've got an aye.
well,
All right.
thank God for that, yeah.
Great technology. It works good. All right, moving on then, 8.2, to discuss and approve the Winona Chamber of Commerce CARES Grant Program.
Yeah,
Mr. Fritz.
right. This is similar in ways to the SEMCRA program and the Volunteer Services Program, where we're providing grants through the CARES Act funding. The Chamber of Commerce grant will focus on businesses and not-for-profits. The grant's $10,000. There's information in the document that show the criteria and the information that they gather to make those grants. So it's pretty pretty straightforward. The amount in total allocated for this is 350,000, and we'll see what happens after they move along through the process.
Any more discussion about the Chamber Cares Grant Program?
I move to approve 8.2.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Jacob, second by Commissioner Olson to approve the Winona Chamber of Commerce Cares Grant Program. Discussion? We'll do roll call vote. Commissioner Meyer,
Meyer votes aye.
Commissioner Kavesi? Thumbs up or down? I don't know if Commissioner Kavesi can hear us. Okay, we'll see. Commissioner Olson,
Olson, aye.
Commissioner Jacob,
Jacob, aye.
and Ward votes aye. Commissioner Kavesi, the chamber, up or down?
Oh.
Mark out to her place or Steven or something?
Oh, she's on the phone.
Well,
now.
She's trying to call us.
We need a thumbs up or down, tell her.
We're not answering the phone.
Hi, I just got a message that my internet was unstable, so it's distorting everybody's talking. And
Okay,
obviously,
we're voting
Now
on
we're
the
hearing.
chamber. The Chamber Commerce 8.2 grant program. Are you in favor?
okay. Okay, Kavesi votes aye.
Okay, all right,
Awesome.
that carries 5-0. All right. 8.3, discuss and or appoint Citizen Advisory Committee volunteer. We had 2 people. Any discussion? There's just one opening.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Meyer.
Thank you, Madam. I will say that I think it's delightful that we got 2 applicants for the one position. So I think that's great.
I guess knowing, just my take on it, knowing the mix of the board, that particular advisory board, I don't know either of the people that applied, but I do see by the applicant, Mr. Hopkins, he kind of has more of a private sector, healthcare, Optum healthcare background, and that may be very helpful to bring some diverse opinions on our health and human service.
Madam Chair?
I do not know him. Yes,
Madam-
Commissioner Meyer.
Yeah, thank you. It looked to me like, I don't know either of the candidates either, that Mr. Hopkins has worked in a more of a financial capacity and kind of hasn't worked as an actual provider, but has worked more in a situation that monitors other providers. Whereas Mr. Krantz has actually been a caseworker and has actually done social work and done some other kind of in the field work, which having, at least with my limited
Yeah, I've been kicked out of the meeting. I do have something to say.
At
Oh,
any
I
rate,
don't-
as a result of that, I would favor Mr. Krantz because I think he has more actual in the field experience. And
I don't have Ken's number. Are you good? Are you guys hearing me now? Because
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
even.
we hear you.
yes,
Well, I'm talking to Steve Buswell. I can't. I'm not in the meeting at all. I don't know what happened. I have the
We-
join the
are.
We
meeting.
hear you. We're
We hear ya.
discussing
Okay, then. All right, then I'll just wait. I don't know. Just tell me when I.
8.3.
Yeah, and I
8.3.
do. I'm following the discussion. I do have something to say. I'm sorry to interrupt. I didn't know I was
am
in the
done.
meeting.
I am done. Please
Okay, well, we got you,
go.
Yeah.
Bessie.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with the discussion on. It looks to me like they're both very qualified, interested people. I gave a slight edge to Mr. Crayons because he has the people experience, whereas it seemed like Mr. Hopkins has numbers experience. So, both are good. That was just my personal response to their applications. So if we're ready for a motion,
The one question that I had, and it's not included in ours, you know, we always require them to be a resident of Winona County. Is Ms. Holte, can you confirm?
Yes, on his application, one lived on Hillsdale Court, which is in Knott Valley, and the other one lived someplace in town, I believe, on the east
Okay, that
side.
must have been
On
the
Caramona Street.
unredacted. Okay, all right, that's just one thing that came to mind.
Caramonas, yes. I don't know which one lived where, but yeah.
Do we have a motion?
Commissioner Meyer,
Commissioner Kavesi,
go ahead.
Commissioner Kavesi would like to move appointing Mr. Kranz to the position.
Commissioner Meyer will second that.
Okay, we have a motion to appoint Mr. Kranz to the Health and Human Service Citizen Advisory. Any further discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Meyer,
Meyer votes aye.
Commissioner Kavesi,
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
all right, Commissioner Olson,
Olson, I.
Commissioner Jacob,
Jacob, aye.
Commissioner Ward, I'll vote aye. Commissioner Kavesi, are you with us?
Kavesi votes aye.
Okay, all right, so passes. So Ms. Holte, you'll advise Mr. Kranz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Moving on, committee or future agenda, Commissioner Jacob.
I would like to put on a future agenda because I've had a number of people, Daryl Buck from Soil and Water, other county employees, say that they appreciate this format that we have where they can participate in the meetings without actually coming to the meeting. They can maybe get something else done. They don't have to monopolize half their day to come here. So I would like to have a future agenda item where we would discuss potentially making this a permanent option to our meetings. The format that we're using with both.
We can discuss it. next
Yeah.
week.
I'll second it. I think there needs to be some research because
Yeah, I think
I've unfortunately I've heard that maybe as a
during
board,
a
we won't.
peacetime or emergency, you can do things you can't. do
Yeah.
otherwise.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the question is though, if there's a difference if the full board, you know, if the board members are involved or if it's just an access, like watching.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So-
but I think I can take a look.
Yeah. I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what the
Great.
discussion should be
Great.
about.
Yeah.
Research.
I'm just great.
Yeah, so we'll move
We'll-
that
We'll have that discussion and we'll figure that out.
Great.
to a future agenda item. Anybody have anything else? Okay, if not,
Move to chair.
Second.
Commissioner Jacob
Quickly.
moves to adjourn, Olson second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Stay safe, guys.